Hi there everybody. Just making a short video here in response to a video done by Scott Smick from Rebel Without a Pause this morning. And I have a book here, The Earth from the Air, 365 Days. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a particular page here if I can get it. Here we are. And this is a picture of the dry stone walls in Ireland, on the west coast of Ireland, on the Isles of Arran, the cliffs of Inishmore. Now, it says here that there are 12,000 kilometers, 7,500 miles of these walls. Mick this morning was pumping out the bullshit story behind them. I told him, now I'm into dry stone wall building, I've done my fair share, I'll get around to all of these now as I go along. And let me just show you one other thing. Look at the date of this picture. Yeah, so this is your April Fool's Day picture for your 365 days of the year from the year pictures, right? So I ain't going through that, right? We were stuck on April Fool's Day now. There you go. Let me get stuck in now to where I began all these walls off. Okay. This house was in bits, and I rebuilt a hell of a lot of it. Pointed it. The camera's shaking far too much. Awkward shaped stones I've chucked away, not chucked away, but put into a stone reserve along the wall there. Except for these coin stones, which I dug up. They were all over the place. Look at this baby. I used many of them indoors. Now, this here is the toughest wall I've done. And that big long stone that you see along the bottom there is square. It weighs about a ton. Most of this wall I put in by hand, but the big ones, and you can see some big ones there, I cheated. I used a mini digger to lift them and set them into place, lever the rope out. And this was tough. This took me a couple of years to do. I didn't really get it all done at once. It runs along around behind there. Let me get to the far side of that. And I mucked around my septic tank, putting these little walls together just to decorate and just to hide. That's coming down a little bit. That needs a bit of work. Now, back to the far side of this fence. Hold the fucking phone steady. And it continues. Big stones in it. Mini digger. And then the rest by hand. And sometimes when I had somebody here to help me, I had to just say to them, you know, give me a hand to lift that, or go get me some stones and dump them there. That runs all the way up to there. It's meant to keep going and run all the way up around the back. But at the end of the day, I had to build it myself and just get them to pile the stones beside me, because they didn't have Legos when they were kids, these people, you know. Anyway, my house was mud flooded. The mud came down. It was about this height in through those doors. And I dug this all out with a JCB with no clutch. Stone out of my head listening to the music, but getting everything absolutely spot on level. And then I brought in the stones and built just to put up the support. Now, they get pushed down today and yesterday. In the last few days I'm repairing, because so many people have jumped across them. Kids come, nephews, they jump all over them. And every now and again I have to come up and do a little bit of repair there. That's because of ash trees. Now I'm going to redo this because I ran out of stones and I put a lot of big ones up top, which not good. So I'm going to replace them. But it's tough work. And they have to be maintained. I've got to fix that. There's the ash tree pushing it through. I went round everything, built round ones to go around things to keep levels up. Here's where I am at the moment, and I can only do it early in the morning or late at night. sunbathing at the same time when nobody can see me. And because I had to come down from a hill down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels and then build all of this. This is tough work. You're not going to do this on an empty stomach, and more repairs needed here. You can only do this when there's plenty of food around, so imagining a load of peasants. Wonder what language the sign on the gate, no hat, no boots, no job, was in, right? Because peasants wearing slippers with 2 slices of bread, you know, the first one of these stones that you drop on your toe. I didn't see any hospitals in the picture of the islands with all the dry stone walls. I got a lot of stone out of this place because this was a building that about to collapse. And I'm still building a little one along there to get along that side. So, laziness is one of my greatest attributes. But when I started to build, my very first dry stone wall was this, just to make a little bit of a car park. And in the beginning, I mean, it was fairly simple. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I did it in Ireland with people, and over in the Cooley Mountains, which is Mountains of Mourne area as well, I have seen them building dry stone walls with stones that were spherical and egg-shaped. So, and I sat there laughing at them putting them together, you know. So there you go, dry stone walls. So this is for you, Scott Smick. I'll send it over to you and you can take a look at it and let me know whether it is worth having a chat about or not. Take care all.